Hey.
Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
Unfortunately, they locked the liquor cabinet up before I got there. All those business were short.
Somebody said something, Lenny says, I'll get it. He falls off the back of the stage, takes down a couple of the prop trees we got. Down goes Lenny. I said, boy, what was in that water? Well, it wasn't water. God love Lenny Kitson.
Get through what you got to get through, Scott. We'll come back around to it.
You know, I was thinking back, some of the more notable guests. Dan Travani, 7-time Emmy Award, and he comes in all dressed up, and he's looking around, and I said, yeah, dude, this is where we operate from. The first words out of his mouth, he goes, no questions about Hill Street Blues. What am I, an accountant? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid?
Flat chested model is only
Extra 2,500 gets you the. Yeah.
This certainly beats the $9.99 blow-up doll I got in my closet right now.
I think that was like $19.99.
Well, you got the half price discount, didn't you? After my wedding. Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right? Hell of a show. Dead people and perverts and degenerates. Kind of fits right in here. Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the September 2nd edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, streaming worldwide and booming across the cool and sun-drenched cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 50,000 homes here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, our current director of the Kenosha Today Stalking Division and a master of protecting us from all the enemies of the world. Elmo Schneider joins us this morning.
Good morning, everyone.
What are you chuckling about over there?
It's been a few weeks since I sat behind this, since I've been in this zoo here, so... You can continue.
My spiritual advisor, the Honorable Father Marcus, is still out looking for the Holy Land. We're not sure where he is.
I think he's wandering in the wilderness.
Yeah, he will be once he gets wandering in the wilderness. I like that.
40 years.
As always with us this morning, our video coordinator, the master of being politically incorrect, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, joins us here at Camp Happy Face. Spider? And substituting engineering for Wacky Wayne this morning. We just found this out last minute. He probably lost the bet.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Jumbo Jim Celovich is here.
What's happening? Good morning.
Good morning.
I got my morning voice today.
I hear that.
Hello, everybody.
Is that because you had a kind of a...
I had a little bit of an evening last night.
Oh.
A little bit of an evening into early morning.
Was he or she worth it?
The name was Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was another person named Patron, and Miller. So I mean, it was
a four-way.
And they're all still in my head. Get out of my head.
What better place to clear the cobwebs?
That's right.
Than to come here on a Saturday morning for a couple hours.
You want to clear your mind.
Once again this week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Mike Bjorn's Clothing, located in, this is where you're supposed to play hot, hot, hot.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. If I can actually find it.
If you can.
So somebody's messing with it.
Who's messing?
They're messing with it.
Oh, quit messing with it. I understand you're going to get a new computer system in here. Are you aware of that?
I'm not told anything.
Oh, well.
He's a mushroom.
Okay. Downtown Kenosha. Offering the biggest selection of men's suits in all of southeast Wisconsin and northern Illinois, starting at only $179, which includes the shirt, tie, belt, and a pair of socks, with sizes starting at 34 short. That's about your size, right? 34 short?
Pretty much.
And going all the way up to size 60. This is why they call you Jumbo Jim. Find them on Facebook or call them at 262-652-0648. Hey, I know where the place you were, and I can't mention the name. But it was their grand opening.
Grand opening, yes.
Did you write your name and phone number on the bathroom wall like you normally do?
It's been there for years.
They haven't painted it over.
With a 414 area code. It's been there that long.
Or back in the days when it was Olympic
655.
Last week's secret word was handcuffs, for which we had no winners. The final hint was I'll let Alderman.
What do a certain alderman and Scott Barter's bedroom have in common?
Handcuffs.
Oh, okay.
Well, it wasn't my bedroom. It was, what is he doing over there? It was, the final hint was, what did Alderman G. John Ruffalo and Barter Manor have in common?
Ah, okay.
I want to make sure we, for litigation purposes.
Yeah.
But again, nobody got that. And so, what amazes some guys that they come in here, like Ron, look at him, playing with little stuffed animals. Didn't you play with any stuffed animals last night?
No.
Oh, we didn't. You had to hesitate there? The Kenosha Today Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word, and the first caller to say the secret word will win $25 gift certificate compliments of Mike Bjorn's clothing. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of Obsidian Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then, Jumbo Jim,
Yes.
after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written at Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter, on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery during last night's production. All of this description seems to be getting longer every time somebody comes up.
We need to
with
cut that down. So.
Well, I don't want to take away from K-Dog's, he came up with Amen Corner and gray hairs matter. I mean, all of this is pertinent to absolutely nothing.
This whole show is pertinent to absolutely nothing.
Tops and signs that school is back in session here in Kenosha. You got a little something?
I did.
Top 10 signs?
Don't know much about history.
This was my theme song in high school.
Don't know much biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took.
Speaking of school, school starts here on Tuesday, but next Saturday, or the whole weekend, Tremper and Bradford are celebrating our 50th high school reunion.
Wow.
And 50 years. And so I've invited some of my former classmates in, and they say, you got a radio show? Well, not really. We'll just come here and talk about what happened.
First was, who are you?
Yeah. That's
Who are you again?
Yeah. So anyway, the Bradford, if you haven't heard, the Bradford is having their mixer at Baker Street at 6 o'clock on Friday night.
Oh.
Tremper's having ours at, Mason's on 6 o'clock on Friday night, and it's a combined dinner
Wow.
at the Country Club.
Oh.
Swanky.
Ahoy, Polo.
I will have to probably be on my best behavior.
Yeah, you have to wear pants.
Otherwise, I won't see these people for another 50 years. Who cares? Oh, Jumbo Jim, do we have a phone call?
Something's flashing here. Let's see.
Cross your legs then.
Hey.
Good morning, you're in Kenosha today.
Oh, they hung up.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, well.
Anyway, and then for those that, if you haven't had enough of a reunion, you can go over to Tremper at 2 o'clock or Bradford, which is Ruther, at 2 o'clock and walk the hallways again.
Ooh.
Wow.
Go to the bathroom and see your phone number written on the wall still.
That's right.
Well, now here's the problem.
Even in the girls' bathroom.
If I go to a Tremper, which bathroom do I use? Do I have to declare a?
have they
what
figured
am
that
I?
out yet?
It depends what your...
Don't say depends to an old guy.
depends
That's
what-
enough.
Depends what your mood is.
Yeah. Good morning, you're on Kenosha today.
Good morning, everyone, and Jumbo Jim. How the heck is everybody doing?
It's an honorary title.
It's
Yeah. I put my pot out in the
Yeah,
garage.
there we go. So Shirley, I assume you're going to donate something to the cause.
Take Shirley as your date.
Hey, yeah, you want to go to my 50th reunion?
Sure.
Oh, sorry, it's all sold out.
there was a slight pause before she said sure.
Yeah,
Pretty much like all your dates. It's
You're
like,
not-
you want to go with me?
Some just hang up right away. You don't have to. Don't string me along, Shirley. Come on.
So you're having some people in there next week from your class reunion?
Well, they're supposed to.
Well, that should be interesting.
Well, we'll see. I had a lot of maybes. And I said,
A lot of babies.
Yeah,
so.
That's a lot of your dates. I go, maybe.
and there's a lot of no-shows in there, too.
Yeah, well, that sounds very interesting.
They say that too.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Who's this guy? There's Wacky Wayne when we need him.
He's busy with cheese.
Yeah, he's over there doing promos for the cheesy place.
Cheesy Palooza or
That's
whatever. I've
whatever.
never been to that cheesy that they're going to have this weekend. Have you been there?
A year
Cheesapalooza?
ago.
I went last year.
I don't know if I'm going to
Yeah.
make it this year.
There's a lot going
that's
on
what I
down
was
there
going-
too. So
Yeah, there's a lot car show and a lot of stuff going on.
Well, Shirley, we want you to donate something to the over at Indian Trail High School parking lot between 9 and 5 tomorrow. And the Rotary Clubs of Kenosha have combined, and they're going to send a truckload from Cutler Express donating a tractor trailer to deliver all this. And Camosi Construction has offered to use of pallets, stairs, and shrink wrap to package. You know, I got a whole bunch of shrink wrap over at Barter Manor.
What do you use that for?
Shrinking wrap. So anybody who's listening, if you have whatever you need, they're looking for school supplies, adult diapers. I got lots of those. Non-perishable food.
Unused.
Oh, yeah. Water
Onions, sure.
is not in much need of supply, but it's okay if you got it. And bring a couple of buckets of that leafy substance that you got in your garage. I think the people of Houston love that.
Yeah, I could do that. Yep.
And they are sending this. They're going to take this down to Conroe, Texas, which is 40 miles north of Houston. Mm-hmm. So if you have anybody's listening and you want to bring over to a big trailer park at Indian Trail parking lot tomorrow from 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. That's our public service announcement.
Yeah, those poor people. Oh,
I can't imagine.
I just can't imagine them. Mm-mm.
And you know what's really troubling is you got these morons in Washington who took the month off, and now they're going to come back and try to make a budget and do tax reform. And the biggest thing looming is we have if they don't raise the debt ceiling, right, Elmo? We could go broke by the end of the month. And here's what my problem is, or my comment is, that all of the people all over the country are helping these people in dire need of whatever in Houston, and we got a bunch of goofballs in Washington that can't even, get it together. So I'm airing my feelings here.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
All right, what time you want me to pick you up next week?
What time does it start?
6. I'll pick you up at 9. I'll send Captain Mike. He's my Uber driver for the week. I'll pick you up at 9.
Okay, it'll be over by then. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Shirley. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too. Everybody have a great Labor Day weekend.
All right. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Shirley.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Back to your garage.
Yeah, back then. Anyway, that's the Tops and Signs of Schools back here in session in Kenosha. And then the drama continues in the second hour at 11:20 when we drain the swamp. Let our listeners try to stump the chumps and prove to the rest of the Kenosha State Nation that .08 is something more than just your blood alcohol level. Now, if we would have called you last night to have you play Stump the Chumps, you would have been well over into the to the red zone.
And the danger zone?
The danger zone. And see, now, the winner gets to sit in for an hour here in the show. That's the winner to this.
That's a prize?
That's a prize. We got a guy, Pete from Antioch.
He's
coming up on the 16th.
That's right. I remember that. Oh, we got somebody calling.
Yeah, pay attention, will you? Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Oh, very good.
Very well.
Who's this?
This is Eric.
Oh, Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Oh, Eric, yeah.
The smart one.
The smart one.
Wins $25 and doesn't even know it.
I won't take the credit from Elmo.
Okay.
He's the smarter one.
How's Captain Mike this morning?
Yeah, we saw him yesterday at a production meeting, and I don't know what this dance he was doing. It looked like there was a gyration type of something. You must have
Well, when you got friends like Elmo brainstorming about meatballs, and I offered to do it at my house in Mexico because I told him there'd be less rules and less regulations, and, well, hell, we could probably just run a pipe across the street to the empty lot and let the grease drain out over there. They wouldn't mind at all, I'm sure. But
Eric, now focus here. I like the, how do we transport a 1,200-pound meatball?
2,000 pounds.
2,000-pound meatball. From Mexico.
Over 2,000, Elmo. Don't be changing your words now.
Okay. Okay. Over 2,000.
That's raw 2,000.
That's raw. And how do we transport that across from Mexico? Trump's going to build a wall.
How
do we get that over the wall or through the wall?
I don't know if you know that, but everybody in Mexico's got a wall around their house. I mean, I don't know why people here find it so offensively. Like, everyone in Mexico's got a wall around their property.
I don't find it offensive.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, let's. How would we transport a meatball like that?
Yeah, 2,000 pounds. Over 2,000 pounds.
Semi-flatbed.
Whoa, how? There's only one way to do it, with donkeys.
Why didn't I think of that?
I mean, in Mexico, that's how we do it. You use a donkey. I mean, we might need a whole,
Hey, Eric.
You need a big wagon
Eric,
or something to
I
put
got
this.
Hey, listen to this, Eric. I got a whole bunch of guys in Washington, D.C. that are donkeys that can go down and bring this up. What do you think of that?
Then jackasses are going to be able to pull a 2,000-pound meatball.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was thinking of Elmo last night. I got done working and I came home and was cutting up over 100 pounds of pork for Captain's big, fiasco or not fiasco.
Extravaganza.
Birthday party, not fiasco. Yep. But there's a big bag of pork trimmings for you, Elmo, if you need it for your meatball or other things.
Yeah, maybe.
He's got other ideas to use for pork entrails and stuff like that.
Just make sure those containers don't leak like last year. He had blood all over this dining room floor. So.
Well, I put them outside last night, so at least if it's leaking all over the place, it won't be in the house. It'll be outside. But
now, Eric, so people know in Mexico you were a teacher, right?
I didn't hear you. Mike was talking to me.
Tell him to tighten his underwear and be quiet for a minute.
No, he's not in his underwear anymore. He's on a mission. He's getting ready to go to the grocery store, and he's getting ready for the big day tomorrow.
Okay, now my question, so people understand, you were a teacher in Mexico, right?
That's correct.
And what was the graduation rate of the classes you taught?
Well,
must be a disconnection.
A simple equation. There, if you come to class and you put a good effort, you passed.
That sounds like the American system.
Yep.
Well, hey, you gotta go with what you know. But I was sitting here drinking my coffee, and I heard you guys saying you're waiting for a phone call, and there was only one flashing in. I was hoping you guys were talking about a phone call, not other things flashing. But so I thought I'd just call and put my 2 cents in this morning. That's about it.
We're gonna have to practice singing "Happy Birthday."
That didn't go too well last year.
You have any ideas?
Well, here's what we sang to him last year, and we had me and Elmo, and it was about 5 people. And now this guitar player is going, "What key are you going to be in?" I said, "I don't think that's going to be a problem."
Yeah, oh boy, yeah. I don't think anybody has a specific key at a party like that.
I think the biggest problem is we're going to have to keep Captain Mike propped up like a weekend at Bernie's, so at least he's standing when we sing to him.
Yesterday I told him, I said, "Captain, slow and steady wins the race."
He's probably looking at you like the deer in the headlights. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't. I'm in another room, so I can't really see him right now. But he's going around this morning like I don't know. I've almost haven't seen him move this fast before. He's just dressed and ready to go, and he's going to head out to the store and start getting the last final touches for his big birthday bash tomorrow.
Well, you better stay close to him because you never know what he's going to come back with. You know what his final touches are? 3 cases of bourbon, and that's it.
Well,
forget the hot dog buns.
Everybody's got a. Well, it's either that or a gallon of wine. I don't know, Elmo, or tequila. I don't. It all goes good together. I got some advice. I don't think really you should mix tequila and wine, but as long as you don't drink too much of it, you should. I think it'll work out okay.
Somehow, Eric, in this party, Eric, I don't think the word moderation comes to mind.
No, nothing in moderation
at this party.
I'm going to try to stay sober.
That's it. We're proud of you.
Now, Jim was already talking mixing Jameson and tequila, so that.
Yeah, that was.
Oh man, Jameson. Oh man.
Yeah,
well, Irish whiskey is better than Canadian whiskey. That stuff's horrible.
Yeah, I don't recommend mixing them.
Yeah,
now on Saturdays, that's it.
I keep kind of getting people intoxicated when they come to Captain Mike's house on accident, not with intention, because I brought, 5 bottles of good quality tequila back with me, 3 of them including my own personal tequila. And every time people come over, I want to share the experience of good tequila with them, and every time they leave, they're kind of wobbling. I don't know what happens.
Maybe that was the captain's problem yesterday.
That's the Captain Mike's experience.
It was
wobbling.
Your problem too the other day.
Just remember to wobble responsibly.
Yes, wobble.
I was looking over the side of the deck up there, and Elmo kind of sidestepped and swirled around. I thought he was doing a ballerina dance in the middle of Fifth Avenue here.
I was.
But at least he found the door handle to his car.
Now, just so everybody knows, we don't condone this type of behavior.
Not at all.
Not really.
Oh no, I don't either. Who can you laugh at if someone doesn't fall down? But like I said, I'm going to try to be the sober one tomorrow, so I can be the one laughing.
The operative word there is try. Give us 110%. Don't cheat us.
Okay.
All right,
well,
we'll see you
so
tomorrow. What time is this?
So I have what is this word of the day? You guys are talking about a word of the morning or day or something?
You can win a $25 gift certificate. The secret word challenge.
Yep. I think you're all Paul Ryan's friend. You never gave me my $25. You
told us not to. I got it on tape. You said
you're right. I say make sure. Well, no. If you remember, I said put it towards Captain's birthday surprise.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Bigger and shinier one.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, I hope so. I'm going to be waiting to see this big, shiny birthday surprise tomorrow. I hope she's not too big of a dancer, but...
Well, we had to pay for the cake,
Yeah.
Why? You don't... Hey, dancing girls can just dance. They don't have to jump out of a cake.
Boy, you guys from Mexico, they got all the answers. You know what I'm saying? All right, Eric. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
right,
guys.
thanks.
All right.
Carry on.
Yep. You too.
Before we go to our break, there's a big article in the paper this week about the county's robust economy and how great the job market here is in southeastern Wisconsin. And so this message is actually directed towards all the business owners who are listening in the Kenosha State Nation this morning, because as more and more businesses are expanding here in southeastern Wisconsin and northeastern Illinois, the demand for new employees is at an all-time high for all types of businesses. And so, in all seriousness, what better way to seek new hires than to take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to fill these positions? AM 1050 WIP has approximately 50,000 listeners here on the Kenosha Today Show on Saturday mornings, and both live Saturday and along with the Sunday replay, reaching as far south as Arlington Heights, Illinois, west to Lake Geneva, and to northern suburbs of Milwaukee. So if you're looking to fill jobs such as service type jobs, truck drivers, general laborers, warehouse workers, to include any skilled job openings, call me, Uncle Scotty, at 262-652-6767, and I'll get you all the information. We'll get to continue our efforts to help connect you with potential new employees. Again, the number's 262-652-6767. And, this is it's a boom town for jobs right now. And, with Uline looking for workers and Amazon. And you also have all the industrial parks. And then if Foxconn gets here, but better way to look for new hires than us in seriousness. So we got great low advertising rates. Let's take another call before we take our weather break. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Good morning.
Who's this?
This is Father Marco.
Oh,
the moving man.
Still out looking for the Holy Land or the
wandering in the
wilderness? Wandering in the wilderness.
No, I picked up my moving van and I had some time to kill, so I'm down here. I'm your roving reporter at the car show today.
Oh yeah, how's it working out?
Great. Plenty of people walking around with no armbands, and they're enjoying cocktails, walking around the streets, and there's thousands of cars down here. And it's great.
Are you walking around drinking at 10:30 in the morning, Father?
Not me. I wouldn't do. I'm kind of keeping an eye on things, though.
Okay, so it's a great day for those that haven't heard. The cruising car, Kenosha Classic Cruising, is down along 6th Avenue, and then they all got 54th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, right?
They're halfway down to the museum down on 58th. They're on 56th. They're on 57th and 58th. They're all over. There's cars parked everywhere. They can cram one in.
Now for those that also the harbor market's going on, so you might have to park a little further west and up by the courthouse.
Too, yeah.
And get this.
And Cheesapalooza's
That's
on.
right.
So there's definitely a lot of things going on down here at the lakefront and downtown this weekend.
Now here's something else I'm going to promote. If you park out west of Sheridan Road, I'd suggest you get on the trolley.
Trolley, yep.
They got a couple of them riding. I
went
think it's
past.
free.
They were running this morning.
It's free. You can park and
But you know the funny thing is the city made this construction crew just like go balls to the wall in order to get this thing paved enough to have this. How do you say velodrome? I think they're going to have to tear half of it back out again just to make it right because they just put it in to get this thing going.
I think they only put the first coat of asphalt in.
Yeah, they're not done yet, but I understand.
But the brickwork was done real quickly, and there's big gaps and everything in the brickwork, and
hey,
a lot of this is going to have to be torn up.
Father, I have a question, and then I have to let you go. Is balls to the wall a construction term, or is that a biblical term? Religious. It's religious.
That's
okay.
religious.
I just wanted to check.
Religious.
I didn't know. I'm you know.
My fingers are around the dump button right now.
The ball of your feet
there
to
it
the
is.
firewall.
There you are.
Okay, thanks,
there
Father.
you are. That's clear.
All right, Father.
Something else, Scott.
No,
yeah.
Okay. Let's
Thanks, Father.
Thank you, Father. Take care.
Let's take one more call.
All right, one more call.
All right. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Hey, you guys are talking about the car show. Why is the parking lot directly south of Municipal Building barricaded off? It's all closed. Where are people supposed to park? Could you ask them guys that?
South of
That's a municipal
off?
building parking lot.
Yeah, but that should have been open.
This morning I was down there. It was all barricaded off, closed, no parking.
In the city's own parking lot?
Is that right by the fire station?
Or the old fire
No,
station?
across the street from directly south of the Municipal Building, where the transit garages, where the trolleys park. The parking lot across the street, south.
That's the city. That should be open to the public.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Damn it. It was all barricaded off this morning.
Well, I hope somebody, that's a public park. They're looking for.
Right, exactly. And I'm handicapped. I walked with a walker.
Huh.
And then the other plot, right by the harbor.
Yeah.
East of 6th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
That's permit parking only. And then half of the street is no parking, ban on road and road only.
Boy, I'm glad you called because that lot holds probably 100 cars, maybe.
Sure. Yep.
And it should have been open.
It's open now, but it was all barricaded off about an hour ago.
Well, shoot, we're gonna have to. If somebody knows it's out there, call me.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate your call.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Go on the city webcam on your phone. See
Well, we got to take a break. And who's on the weather today?
I don't know.
Do we care? I mean, if you want to know,
Doesn't really matter.
Well, I'm trying to promote the weather in this. guy named-
I think it's Worcestershire.
All right, we're going to be back in how much? 2 minutes?
Yeah, around
All
there.
right, we'll be back in 2 minutes. And this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the September 2nd edition of the Kenosha City Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP, spreading the love here at Camp Happy Face. Also bringing you gas trolleys, stray cats, backyard beavers, which we're going to get into, 2 free seats on Uncle Scotty's Ark, the USS Sea Scum, and to save the Kenosha Nation, and at no extra charge, free Racine County mugshots, just in case. Good morning, you're in Kenosha today. How's that happening? All right. We tried to answer.
They must have hung up.
We were just being warm and fuzzy all over.
It's
And
just,
speaking of warm and fuzzy, you can buy the new Kenosha Day Soap on a Rope gift set in time for holiday giving. You can go on our new website, bendoverandcough.com. It's a subsidiary of.
I mean, you just go all the way and not turn your head. You just bend over and cough.
Well, if you want the gift set, well, it's holiday giving.
It's a gift, all right.
Good morning here on Kenosha today.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
Dennis, my man.
Hey, Dennis.
How you doing?
Oh, very good. Thank you for asking.
Hey, congratulations on your 50th anniversary at Tremper get-together. I understand that you had something to do with the sports team nickname at Tremper.
Easy, Dennis. I had, not in recent years, maybe back in '67, I might have contributed to their stock, but they had a great stock plan, but not in,
Right.
I don't, I'm going to be 68. I'm trying to remember all of that. I have to get the manual out before I forget how that works.
Don't they have a drip plan for that? Dividend reinvestment program?
I was in the gifted program,
Well, there you go.
and now I'm in the regifted program.
And you're talking about Captain Mike. I always thought he was a stand-up guy, but you're telling me he's falling down quite a bit.
Well, this is Eric, because Eric lives in the apartment above him, and So that was roving reporters. That was his assessment of Captain Mike, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. You're coming down there for that, ain't you?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world. But I had another question about Captain Mike. The old Uber laws in Wisconsin. I know Captain Mike is a Uber driver now. Were the old Uber laws aimed at Captain Mike?
How so?
Well, the Uber. Remember the Uber laws for the driving program?
I am not familiar with those.
The OWI, wasn't there a Uber?
You're thinking of Huber. I tell you, you guys from Waterford have been out in the cornfields a little bit too long, smelling that stuff that they put on to kill the ants.
Well, I thought it was related. I didn't know,
Jesus. You're not drinking this early, are you?
Captain in his storied career with the train industry, I heard that he started out as a ticket agent, taking tickets on the train that he worked on.
I think he did.
I heard that he committed a murder, actually, early on, and he was found guilty of it, and they tried to give him the electric chair, and he was very poor. He couldn't afford a lawyer, so he got found guilty, and they sentenced him to the electric chair, but they had to let him go.
Okay, watch this, Dennis. Why is that, Dennis?
Well, they couldn't electrocute him because he was a poor conductor.
Oh.
Hit. Give him the flush for that.
Oh.
We'll wait. Yeah, thank you. I'd have waited 20 minutes for that.
We're gonna flush that one right down the toilet.
And by the way, Father Marcus is down there. Is he doing any vehicle blessings today?
I don't know. He's on the move. He's on the go. He's moving and shaking, and he's relocating into a new sanctuary apparently. So.
Because I'll be there later this afternoon. I wondered if he'd bless my vehicle.
You might spit on it, but hey, you don't want to park close to me unless you want scum written on the side of your car. Hey, Dennis.
Speaking of that, how's the vessel? Is it getting ready or what?
We're thinking of putting it in the water probably around Thanksgiving.
All right.
We don't want to rush this. You can't, my boat's been in dry dock for almost 50 years, I think. And if you look at it, you can probably tell why. And you know what? We're going to put this boat in the water the same week that Mike Bjorn harvests all his gardening, his vegetables over at the garden up the hill there.
That's great. Are you going to dress up like pilgrims and stuff, or?
No, we're going to dress up like Native Indians, you dope. We're going to wear little loincloths and let the wind blow off the lake.
We'd better postpone the purpose of the sea-scum that you were talking about. It, hopefully it didn't have a negative effect like you guys were talking with Shirley. It's terrible that what's happening down there in Houston and all over.
Yeah, well, that's a real tragedy. So, anyway, Dennis, I got to get running. We'll maybe see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Take it easy.
Later. Anyway, where were we here? Oh, we got to get the city in jeopardy. Oh, first of all, let's see, warm and fuzzy, bent over and cough.
Where are we here?
He actually has them written down.
See, I lose my train of thought so easy. 50 years out of high school, and, I was a 4-point student.
4 points.
I told my dad I was a 4-point student. He's looking at my report card. He says, and he goes, you had the 2-point for the first semester to the 2-point in the second. He says, I don't think you're going to Harvard anytime real soon. Anyway, we invite you to join the thousands of fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook. And you can feel the warmth there and visit us on the web, KenoshaToday.com. Kappa Web Design, you can find them on the web at kappawebdesign.com. Are we current with all our...
We're all up to date.
Up to date. If you want to go to YouTube and see all the latest events and shows that we have up there.
Link to them directly from our Facebook page, too.
And relive the magic.
You're not going to be here next week, are you?
No.
Oh. Brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Also, no one in the first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Mike Bjorn's Clothing. And again, if any of our callers mention the secret word, you will win $25 gift certificate. Compliments of Mike Bjorn's Clothing, located in downtown Kenosha, offering the largest selection of men's suits starting at $179, with sizes ranging from 34 all the way up to size 60. You just joined us, our special guest, our Kenosha Today Director of Cybersecurity and Stalking Division, Elmo Schneider. And also here at Camp Happy Face, the Kenosha Today Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie.
Love Doctor.
Thumbs up to Spider. Look at the look at it.
Ooh, the curtains are
the
shaking.
curtains are shaking. And filling in for Wacky Wayne, who is probably...
He's next door.
He's next door.
He's doing FM
Working
duty.
on the FM station. Oh, howdy how.
He gets that big plush studio over there.
Yeah. Filling in is Jumbo Jim Selovich. And also the show is being recorded, right, Jumbo Jim, for training purposes?
It is.
We can replay this
For
night
evidence.
For litigation purposes. And,
For litigation purposes.
Tomorrow at noon right here on AM 1050. And special thanks to Elmo for, you can find us 365 days a year, 24/7 on YouTube. There isn't 1 second in a person's lifetime that you can't find this show on YouTube.
There you are.
That's right.
We're mighty proud of that. Aren't we, guys?
Yes.
Also, after the 11 o'clock break, this week's Top 10 Thought-Provoking category, the Top 10 Signs that school is back in session here in Kenosha, which starts Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then the drama continues at 11:20 when we drain the swamp, stump the chumps, followed by As the Brat Turns after 11:30. That's what we forgot to do. One more time for the beaver here. One more time. As the Brat Turns. Beaver. We have a little stuffed beaver in here. And now, boys and girls, let's take this call first.
Take the call.
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning, guys.
Who's this?
Very, very entertaining shows. My name's Dave. I'm down in Illinois.
Okay.
I listen quite often. I think I've called once. Couple questions. How long? When does that alderman who allegedly stalked? Is he going to be forced to resign?
I'm sorry. Say that a quick
Is
question.
he going to be forced to resign?
G. John.
Well, I'm sorry?
The alderman, who, I think if he gets convicted
he has to
as a
then.
felony, he has to resign.
Right.
And up until then, the word I hear is he can stay and he's allowed his due process, and his first arraignment is the 11th.
September 11th.
Okay, now this is also the guy who allegedly put the super glue in the car, right?
Bingo, Dave.
Okay, allegedly. Now, which alderman is the guy who brought some paperwork to the one guy's worked at one time? Who got him, some guy who had financial problems or something. And,
that was Ray Meisner.
Yeah,
okay.
He's long gone.
That's Mr. Haney. That's Mr. Haney. Okay, that's who he reminded me of, the guy. Great interest. Yeah.
Mr. Douglas.
Okay, so that guy's long gone. All right. Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
So, wow. Yeah.
If as long as I got you on the phone,
Sure.
I got to read this, and then I'll let you play City in Jeopardy. How's that?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hang on. Hey, Dave, now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest growing game show since... Actually, I can't do that either because I have to, by rules, I have to open it up, don't I?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dave.
I can't do that.
Anyway, I'm going to have to... I'm going to let you can call back and play Stump the Chumps if you want. But I'm sorry,
no.
I can't. I just remembered I'd be in violation, and, we got enough violations in this town as it is without me throwing gas on it.
Well, if you keep stalking, chances are you're going to violate something, right? So, guys, have a great day.
Okay.
Very entertaining show.
Thanks, Dave.
All right?
All right.
Bye.
All right, I forgot I want to play this. I get a call from the FCC or John Perry or Carl, and hey, you didn't play the game right. Well,
that'd be John Perry's voice, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You were an employee of WIP, and that doesn't, okay.
I put air quotes. Valued.
It's time to play Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLIP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines, Jumbo Jim. And I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple choice question. You will then get 3 somewhat intellectual choices to choose from. After that, you will hear the ding. And the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha, open Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. And you can enjoy a beautiful waterfront view and stop in for their big Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast and Bloody Mary specials beginning at 7 a.m. until noon. See, Jumbo Jim, you should have gone there at 7 o'clock this morning. If you were home, you probably weren't home.
I was home.
What a tramp.
Yeah, I've got a problem, yeah.
Also, If you are planning a party or a banquet, call Joyce at 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at theboathousekenosha.com. The phone lines are clear. Here is the very sophisticated question. What should every snot-nosed kid in Kenosha do the first day of school? A, be able to spit tobacco into a cup from at least 4 feet.
Nice.
B, include a large tube of super glue in your backpack. Or C, make a declaration of which bathroom you're going to use, the boys or the girls. 262-694-1050. The first caller, I'll read the question again. 262-694-1050 to win a $25 Kenosha Day gift certificate to the Boathouse. What should every snot-nosed little kid in Kenosha do the first day of school? All right, let's take the call. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Hello.
Who's this?
Jan.
Jan. Jan. Do you go by Jan, Janet, or...
George.
Jan.
George.
I'm a little nervous because I'm not sure I got the whole question.
I'm gonna read it to you. Don't be nervous.
You are great.
Okay, this is a place. Don't get nervous. Don't get up to go to the bathroom. Don't start sweating under your armpits. Be very calm now. If you have
cool.
if you have a shot of Jameson, you might want to take a shot of that.
Yeah, I can't. I'm driving, but maybe later.
Pull over.
Actually, I am pulled over. I'm in the parking lot.
Okay, all right,
ahead.
good. All right. What should every snot-nosed little kid in Kenosha do the first day of school? A, be able to spit tobacco into a cup from at least 4 feet. B, include a large tube of super glue in your backpack. Or C, make a declaration of which bathroom are you going to use, the boys or the girls. Jan.
I don't know if this was on earlier, if there is a right answer, but I'm going with B.
Include a large tube of super glue in your backpack. Yes, Jan, you are the winner today.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
Get out of here. This is wonderful.
Today you get to brag, Jan, because you've just been named the smartest person in Kenosha.
Am I smarter than a Shirley grader?
Let me read this one more time. Apparently not. Today you get to brag because you've just been named the smartest person in Kenosha for today.
Okay.
Now, we're not sure about tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now, so where are you out, doing errands today?
Yes, I am.
So how come you don't have your husband doing those errands?
Well, he'll be good to go pretty soon. He had open heart surgery a month ago. And he's almost,
okay.
He's
Sorry, Jan.
almost back on track.
I guess we'll cut him. We'll cut him some slack.
Sorry. Yeah. Last time I heard he's able to push the lawnmower, so I think.
Oh, you got him back out there. Open heart surgery on Monday, and you're cutting the yard on Friday. I gotta love that.
That's right. Yeah.
How long you been married?
I've been married for 40-some years, and he's been. This is 6 weeks ago, and he's already been released. And I think he's milking this for everything. He's like, I can't push that lawnmower.
Oh no. I've known guys with open heart surgery. He probably won't be able to do anything, especially yard. Probably till Easter time.
Yeah, or your 50th
Or
anniversary.
your 50th anniversary, whichever comes first.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. For me.
Well, 30. No, you
just
love
won.
him.
You're the smartest person in Kenosha.
Yeah.
Today.
You've been married for 37 years, and you got a guy.
47.
47. Oh, I thought you said 37. Oh, what's 10 years when you get to that point, right?
Yep.
And so
there you go.
I think the guy should just lay low for at least till Easter time and not do any work and let you do all of the yard work. You know how to cut the yard, don't you?
I can do anything.
No, I like this girl. You're awesome.
You got a sister?
I can do anything.
Now, here's the deal. Now, you're going to win. It's a Kenosha Day gift certificate. Off the air, Jumbo Jim's going to get your full name, address, and phone number. And I'm going to mail you this on Monday. And I will predict, as when you get the certificate and you're going to go to the boathouse, your husband will be up and around.
Feeling better.
He'll be feeling better. It's a miracle.
It'll be great. Yes, he'll be there.
And if you happen to see us, bring some extra cash.
Walk the other way.
Walk the other way. All right.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
Off the air. No, don't go away.
Okay.
Now you can go home and, by the way, brag to your husband that you've been named the smartest person in Kenosha for today.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Trust me, the novelty will wear off.
All right, she's on hold.
All right, hang on. He's going to be right with you. While you're doing that, I got to read this. This was up in the front page of the paper this week. Parkside upgrades get the nod. And here's this, and they got this big picture of, in this file photo, Wiley Hall bustles with movement on a Monday morning. And in the corner, in the corner, you got some guy sacked out snoozing on a chair. Nice. I mean, you got to love that kind of. What is this chicken
Typical
scratching? What high school did you go to?
I went to Bradford.
I can see that. Did you ever graduate?
Hang on a second. Yes, I did. Because I saw my diploma today.
Yeah. Okay.
What can't you read?
A bottle of Jameson was sitting on it.
It's right next to the Patron.
Yeah. Anyway, I love the Kenosha News when they put this picture, getting back to this, $35 million in upgrades to Parkside, bustling with movement. And they got this pictures of this guy sound asleep in the corner.
He's looking at his phone.
He's got to love it. And as long as I got pictures out here, this was a picture of 6th Avenue, and apparently they went all out.
They had to.
All out, according to Father Marcus. They went all out in the last week. I never thought that they'd have this done. Of course, they don't. They got at least another month, but at least they got this so that they could have the car show today.
They still have to put the permanent lights in. And
there's a lot of work yet to be done.
What I didn't understand is this picture that was in the paper on Thursday shows these bump outs, and everybody in the downtown thought these bump outs were going to be eliminated. Well, here we go, Elmo. Do over Kenosha.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to have to. Geez, how many times did we talk about all the things, the velodrome and the truck wash and the irrigation thing, and man, and the pools and everything else that we've had to do over again at a tremendous cost. So here we are, do over Kenosha. This was supposed to be eliminated, and then the same thing is, they only ordered the new light poles, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Right.
So now they got to put it temporary and then take those down and
put the new ones in.
My neck starting to.
Your vein is popping out of the side of your neck.
And of course, this whole transgender thing as school starts, she's not even there. I don't even know what we're fooling around with it. I still don't understand this.
Money, that's why.
Particularly boys who use the restrooms, that harm outweighed any harm to this gal or guy, whatever she was. You know, when I have my friends in here next week, we never knew what a transgender person was in 1967.
I don't think there was even a term.
I mean, there might have been a few guys that walked a little different, but they didn't go in and pee in the women's bathroom.
They had bad arches or what?
Bad.
They walked a little different. Yeah, we got 40 seconds here before we go to the news, just so you know.
Anyway, when we get back, we'll talk about just about anything you want. We have the top 10, which is the top 10. What did I say the top 10 was? The
top 10 reasons you know school is back in session in Kenosha.
Yeah, and then we're going to play a little Stump the Chumps. Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the September 2nd edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP on your radio dial, being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses, taking serious journalism, Jumbo Jim, serious to an all-time. What's he moaning, or is he groaning, or is he having higher heart bypass or gas problems over there, Spider?
No, I'm good.
Reporting on local stories, state stories, and spanning the globe, keeping it real, spreading the love, and just growing up here. And I just want to, when I'm I want to point out something. Our friend Jan that won.
Yeah, Jan Edwards.
No, don't say her last name.
That's all right.
Well, that's all right. All right. Anyway, I said that she was the smartest person in Kenosha.
Right.
Come to find out, she's from Sturtevant. So what did we miss with that deal? She's probably laughing, what a bunch of schmoes. These guys don't know nothing. So anyway, thanks, Jan, for playing. And where am I at here? Spider Ron is here, and of course, engineer.
The door. Scott saved me this morning.
Yeah, I'm coming in the door, and he doesn't have the code.
Outside.
He says, "Can I borrow your finger?" So I put the.
Which one did he borrow?
I says, "Here." He says, "Oh, I turned the knob to the left instead of the right." We've been doing this show for 4 years.
He can't get in the door.
Boy, oh boy! How do you get home at night when you come in late?
I don't know, man.
Was your wife James?
Elmo. I get behind Elmo.
Oh yeah,
He's the same way, and I just follow him.
It's been taking driving lessons from Jay.
Yeah.
Jay Bone, is it? Yeah. Not his real name.
Jay Bone. Anyway,
filling in for Wacky Wayne is Jumbo Jim Celovich.
That'd be me.
And what's this from radio?
This is my theme music now. I have my own theme music when I sit in with you guys now.
From here to the stars, you'll find
like candy bars. Rides a kid with a knack for invention. With a superpower.
Okay.
One day I'm going to learn how to use that board. You ain't going to ever see us again. I got to go
Promises,
back.
promises.
You know, Wacky Wayne he's over on the FM station, you know, taking a step up, supposedly. And he pointed out at the break here, Elmo, you announced last week we were going to have a weather bunny. What happened to that deal?
I have no idea. I got.
So, but you leave our listeners out there with the idea that we say something, that we're going to do something, and don't follow through on it.
Well,
so what's my point?
Are you surprised?
I was wondering if you get to a point there. I guess. Nice.
Anyway, we did. Anyway, and for those who haven't signed us, still like us on the Kenosha Today Facebook page. You better get on with that. You can see us on the World Wide Web at KenoshaToday.com. Status of the Secret Word Challenge to win $25 gift certificate from Mike Bjorn's Clothing, offering the largest selection of men's suits anywhere on the planet, starting at only $179, which includes shirt, tie, belt, pair of socks. Located in.
I'm sorry.
You a little nervous over there? Or you just got the shakes? Hot, downtown Kenosha. Or call them at 262-652-0648. And now, boys and girls, written in her home office at Amen Corner on the deck of the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category. These are the top 10 signs school is back in session here in Kenosha. Number 10. No more teachers seen it on the border. Number 9. Summer roadkill being used in school lunch programs. Number 8. Reciting Miranda rights is now part of the curriculum. Number 7. The shop teacher's finger has grown back over the summer. Number 6. Your class picture includes court numbers along the bottom. Number 5. This is kind of slanted one way, I think. School district provides free batteries for your leg monitor. Number 4. Your new teacher looks a lot like an Elvis impersonator. Number 3. The Heritage House is listed as your assigned home room. Number 2. You know how to spell the 6 words that will get you kicked off a radio show. Yeah. And the number 1 sign that school is back in session here in Kenosha. You get to show off your new tattoo that says, dumb as rocks. Hey, found that pretty good. Well, maybe not. All right, we've been talking about a number of topics here. By the way, the 2 Rotary clubs in Kenosha are putting a big Kutzler Express trailer, going to be parked at Indian Trail High School parking lot tomorrow to help the Hurricane Harvey relief efforts. It's going to be there from 9 to 5. It'll be Sunday, September 3rd. And they're going to send all this stuff down to Conroe, Texas, which is 40 miles north of Houston. And again, Tony Kutzler of Kutzler Express is donating a use of his tractor trailer to deliver these supplies. And Camosi Construction is offering the use of pallets, stairs, and shrink wrap. I should offer shrink wrap. I got lots of shrink wrap. Well, I don't know.
You still haven't said what you used it for. So.
It's not saving the people in Houston. saving the people of Barter Manor, really. Anyway, some great businesses donating things, and you know, again, get over there. What they're looking for is school supplies, adult diapers. I got plenty of those. Children's clothing, non-perishable food items, cleaning supplies, laundry detergent. And, you know, these people, poor people in the Houston area are just, they're going to be devastated for maybe a year. Once they clear it out, and if they have insurance, a lot of them don't have insurance. And
most people don't have flood insurance.
And what we were talking about this, going back to Katrina. How long was Katrina? Many years ago? 8 years ago? 10 years maybe?
2005, I think. So 12 years ago.
Let's see, subtract, carry the 1. That's 12 years ago. The government.
And he left it. He had his shoes on. He had his shoes on for that.
Right. I got it up here, man. And the government's still $29 billion in debt from that deal.
24.
And so.
No, but the people that they evacuated, a lot of them to Houston from New Orleans, and a lot of them stayed there.
So it was August 2005. 2005.
Right.
12 years ago.
I was correct.
Hey.
And.
But then they decided to stay in Houston. Now, what's the odds? They're getting, whammo, they get hit again. So.
And, there was just no place for them to go. They're on rooftops, and they're going to find some people, unfortunately, along the way that just...
the water's going down. The death toll's going to go up there.
Yeah.
Start finding people.
But, what do you do with a house that you have no insurance and help's not coming anytime soon? You put all your stuff out in the parkway. It's not like in Kenosha where you can put your stuff in the parkway and it'll be gone by morning. It reminds me of the story that my neighbor put a TV on his parkway, and he put free for the taking. It was an older one. It sat there for 3-4 days, and I says, put a sign, $50. It was gone by morning.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
And Spider had a big question. About a month ago, the city said they were going to drain the Lincoln Park Lagoon, and we were all having a contest, I guess, to see what they'd find in there. And I'm not sure if they've ever drained the lagoon at this point. And if somebody knows, call us 262-694-1050. They were supposed to drain it and then put in some vegetation. And
did they put a date when they're going to do that?
Take out vegetation.
I'd like to watch that.
I would too. Well, that's what I said. They never put a date in there. So maybe they've already done it once, and like Kenosha are redoing it the second and the third time, and we didn't catch it. That could happen.
This year, they did it many years ago and cleaned it up.
They found bicycles and tires and
Steve Casey's parasail.
30-some years ago. Of course, then this was in the paper this morning out in Bristol, the damage control. The Dutch Gap watershed battles the beaver.
I thought I had it bad.
And this is look at the news devoted a whole end pictures in here, and apparently the Beaver's dams are prohibiting the water from going where
water flow. Dutch Gap Canal.
Well, you can't have that. And is it legal to remove a beaver dam? I guess you can if it's on your property and causing damage or a nuisance without a permit. How can I remove a dam? Oh, call in an airstrike. That's what it said. Blasting. It's all blasters in Wisconsin must be licensed. So, and by the way, that airstrike that I was going to call in the South Pike, that was just fooling around. I changed that to the Heritage House. So, but I can also move it to this lake out here, the Dutch Gap Canal, and we'll call in. Maybe we could have that guy from North Korea. What's his one dumb chump?
Yeah,
he's looking to he can call in an airstrike and get rid of the beaver problem here in Bristol, Wisconsin, and do something constructive for a change.
Sure.
And then get a new haircut, for God's sakes. That guy
He
looks...
used one of the pelts for his hair.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. He uses pelts for his hair. And then we can use the other one.
We don't condone the blowing up of actual beavers, just so you know.
No, we're just looking for the dam.
Just a dam.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we want to protect the backyard beavers because eventually, like backyard chickens and backyard beavers will be legal in the city of Kenosha eventually. It's just a matter of time before we get to that. Is there an alternative to removing the dam? Nobody cares. Yeah. Anyway, if you have a question on how we could better remove the dams, give us a call. Where can I release a live trap beaver? Apparently no permits required from the DNR. Well, you just bring them down boathouse and put them in the harbor. Here's how you do it.
You have Wally come over and take care of it. Call Eddie Haskell.
Eddie Haskell.
I'm sure Eddie Haskell will do something because he's always giving beef to business. So you never know. Maybe that's the best way of doing it. Oh, Ward.
We don't want to go there. we came in here in good standing with the FCC, and let's leave.
And I stopped right there, didn't I?
Yeah. But, anyway, next weekend, Uncle Scotty's going to bring in some of his friends, if they want to celebrate the Bradford Tremper 50th high school reunion, which starts with the big mixer on Friday. Did you ever go to your high school reunions? Oh, yeah, you just...
Oh, sure. I was on the committee. We had ours last year.
Was it
40 only for
40.
me.
Oh, you're just a kid. How many years of...
I had my 35 not too long ago.
35? How many years did you spend in high school?
I spent 7 years in college. I didn't go.
And you were...
As a college I didn't go to. My sisters did.
And you weren't even avoiding the draft.
No.
See, now that's one of the difference in 50 years. I had to go to college to avoid the draft, and then for some reason I ended up with a credit short. Still got drafted. So I wasn't exactly on the dean's list with that deal either. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that, with the big mixer, and then, of course, with all the businesses that are moving in to northeastern Illinois and southeastern Wisconsin, the demand for new employees is at an all-time high. So if you're a business owner and you're listening here in the Kenosha City Nation this morning, what better way to seek qualified new hires than to take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to find and fill these positions. AM 1050 WLP has approximately 50,000 listeners here on the Kenosha Today Show on both the live Saturday program along with the Sunday morning replay. At noon, reaching as far south as Arlington Heights, Illinois, west of Lake Geneva, and to the northern suburbs of Milwaukee, So if you're looking to fill jobs, it's the service types, truck drivers, general laborers, warehouse workers, to include any skilled job openings, such as engineers on a radio station. Give me a call, Uncle Scotty Barter, 262-652-6767. I'll get you all the information and continue in our efforts.
They're doing something about that. They're training chimpanzees right now, too.
So you'll be replaced with this stuffed bear.
See if they can run a camera, too.
Yeah. No, to that you'll have to go to the Channel 14 class run.
Yeah.
I've been through that class.
Yeah. I have no class.
A couple times.
The number, call me, 262-652-6767, and we'll get you all set up and get a 30-second spot in the first hour and a 30-second spot in the second hour. And, oh, my, boys and girls, look at the clock on the wall. Do we have a clock on the wall behind
Yeah,
you?
it's right behind you.
Hey, it's even got a battery in it.
Yeah, they fixed that.
And they put batteries in the clock and even
hung it back up there.
Got the satellite working all in the same week.
I tell you
Wow,
what.
money, no object here. And everybody knows what that means. It's time for all our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. Now, if you're successful in stumping the chumps, you get the high honor and privilege of sitting in here for an hour with us on an upcoming Kenosha Today show. Man, it just don't get much better than that.
That's a prize, folks.
That's the prize. If you lose, you come in here for 2 hours.
2 hours, right.
This is a huge opportunity for our audience to bring something of intelligence, sophistication, and prove to the rest of the world, the Kenosha City Nation, that we are barely smarter than a fifth grader. I guess the phone lines are cleared. We'll see if somebody wants to play this. We're going to take your trivia questions, a song title or a trivia question. And this morning's chumps are Elmo, Spider Ron, and Jumbo Jim, and myself. 262-694-1050. This is where you hit me with your best shot.
Oh, okay.
It's trying to build up the act.
Yeah, that's I don't see it.
Unless you want to take this phone call before
Let's just take the phone. Well, there's no. Oh, I was messing around with
before my next 50th reunion. Anyway, if anybody wants to play, give
262-694-1050 is the number, folks.
In the meantime, I want to recognize KRS Painting Corporation.
Ooh.
The city got some grants to help Simmons Island Beach rehab. $450,000 from the Environmental Protection Agency go to beach restoration and site improvement. Now, I think it was some years back we got $400,000 to pay for that boardwalk. And this is wonderful to do this. But I think, and this is supposed to go towards reducing flooding, deterring gulls, and restoring coastal vegetation. How do we deter gulls? Maybe this caller knows. Good morning.
Taunt them.
Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Hey, this is Gregory.
Gregory,
Hey, Greg.
you want to stump the chumps, Gregory?
Am I what?
You want to play Stump the Chumps, or you just got some other dopey comment you want to make?
I didn't know you were doing that.
Okay, so what did you got another dopey comment you want to make?
A lot of people didn't know.
Okay.
I ran to the bathroom a little bit.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I'm going to
highlight of your Saturday.
But no, I don't want to get in detail.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, there's no, I'm telling you guys bye.
You're telling what?
Telling you guys bye.
Bye. I heard you're moving.
By what?
Yeah, we're going to Richmond, Kentucky.
You're moving? Relocating?
Oh.
Are you going to leave your daughter here for me?
No, she's going to go get one of those horse magnets down there.
Well, what am I, chopped liver? I'm a maggot. Or magnet.
You're a maggot?
One of the two. I've been called that, you know.
That is a sound clip right there.
A maggot? You're a maggot?
Well, it all depends on who you talk to these days. So,
So anyway, no, I've enjoyed everything.
Where's this place in
Kentucky?
Yeah.
Richmond, Kentucky.
I understand that, but where's Richmond, Kentucky? I mean,
It's south of Lexington.
okay. So are you going to raise horses and?
Right? Oh, no. We just got a little house about 5,000 square feet or so.
5,000 square feet?
Yeah.
Now, Greg, I had heard this morning they found out you're moving down there, and they're raising the electric rates by 15%.
Ha ha!
Oh.
Yeah, why?
They're going to raise the electric rates in Kentucky by 15%. The electric utility just put in for the Public Service Commission down there.
What do you think?
Okay. Well, hey, the taxes are cheaper on my house down there than they are on this house.
Are you going to be going to stud in Kentucky with the rest of the horses?
Well, I'm going to go to Keeneland Park.
That's
quite a bit. I take my daughter. No, she's a loan officer type person. She's got her license, U.S. license and some other kind of license.
Well, why does she want to move with Daddy? Why don't you just leave her here and I'll,
I'm sorry, guys.
We'll come
I
visit you.
haven't seen her in 33 years, so she's. Well, in fact, this house is big enough. She's got her own little house separate from us.
Is it the Whitehall Estate?
No. It's just a nice area. That's all. And I didn't ever think I'd live in a house like that, and I was happy we didn't have to put this house on the market and sell it before we got that house.
So what happens when she comes in and says, "Hey, Dad, my boyfriend's moving in with me"?
Ain't gonna happen.
I can just see
I went out in the garage with a shotgun the other day.
I can just see this guy coming up to your front steps down in Kentucky and looking at this 6'8" guy with bib overalls, a plaid shirt, and a cowboy hat. Hi, Dad, and a shotgun.
What are your intentions with my daughter?
Did I catch you at a bad time, Dad?
Yeah. Hey, boy, where are you from? What you doing?
Kenosha.
What's your intentions with my daughter?
No, it's just time for us to go.
That's right by the Daniel Boone Forest is right there, National Forest.
Oh yeah,
it's not too far from Richmond.
Are you going
They got Boone everything.
Are you going to be a like a greeter or a tour guide at the Daniel Boone Forest Preserve? Y'all?
It's for Eastern Kentucky University is.
Yeah.
When are you actually moving?
18th, 19th, somewhere in there.
It's a very planned, well-planned move. Now, but you know that...
No, my wife's got it. I don't want people to know exactly when we're moving. So I'm not going to tell.
Okay, well, your secret's safe with us and the three people who listen to this dopey show.
Well, no, I'll just, somebody thinks they can get in here. The burglar alarm stuff is still working.
Plus, you still have the shotgun loaded, right?
Yeah.
Hey, now, don't forget, when you get down there, you can stream us worldwide, so you can still call us.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
listen
will
to
every
this.
now and then.
Okay.
But I may be just kind of relaxing by the pool. Who knows?
Oh, you have a pool, too?
Oh, yeah.
So do you have bib overalls that are short pants like
Daisy Dukes?
like a Daisy Dukes?
Listen, I take my bib overalls to the cleaners. That's how terrible I am.
You take bib overalls
to the cleaners.
What kind of country boy are you?
A country boy? Hey, listen, man. I used to eat grass to make it.
All right. We're gonna have to go, but
all right, guys. Hey, I appreciate it.
All right. But we're gonna send you off. We're gonna send you off in just a second. You got it, Jim?
It's going to be here in a second.
Just hang on.
Put these ads.
We're gonna give you a little dedication.
Little dedication. Now, you're driving down, I suppose, correct?
Yes, we're sending the Cadillac and the other van.
The Rolls Royce.
On a, what do you call it, a car carrier.
Okay.
And we're going to drive down to take our stuff that they won't take on the moving van.
Hang on, just a minute.
Like,
you know which one I'm looking for?
Like guns, ammo, and fireworks and stuff like that.
All right, we're ready for the dedication. Okay. Have a good trip.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Rick.
It's early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. Days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy.
All right, that's enough. I feel bad. Now, we could have done some more musical tributes if he had left his daughter here. But what are we going to do with her, Elmo? What are you going to do? Who's she going to? Can't live with me. I'm impossible to live with. I got issues. You want to live with her?
Yeah, I don't.
Hey,
I live in a fallout shelter. So
we'll send her over to K-Dog's house. He brings in the.
That's right. He's got a
exchange
hotel there.
students.
So,
and
hey, King's back too. So
I heard that. A 17-year-old Chinese guy, exchange student, living with a 30-year-old country girl. Boy, there's a match made in heaven.
Did you hear his Chinese philosophy that he had?
King?
Says, yeah.
No.
Kevin says, King, why don't you mow the lawn? He says, in China we have proverb here. In a lifetime, a heart can only beat so many times, so I'm going to take a nap instead.
Smart kid. He's honor roll student, right? He didn't learn that from K-Dog, that's for sure.
They're so wise. That's so awesome. I like
What
it.
did he was here last year as a freshman at St. Joe's, and he sees the Heritage House for the first time. Oh, do you remember what he said? Something like, mess. Mess.
And 5 minutes later, driving somewhere else, mess.
Well, he was looking at the Mercedes
Empty.
ad. On television, Mercedes ad, and they had the lease price up there. He says, car here cheap?
Yeah.
So that's a month per month.
Our buddy gets him off the plane. He's not even home yet. So where's he got to stop and introduce him to the boathouse? And I got a 16-year-old kid there. And I says, K-Dog, why don't you drink and have King drive you home? And he says, in China, you can't drive until 18. He says, this is Kenosha. Here's the keys. It's not a long trip. Hey, big thank you to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, September 2nd edition of the Kenosha City Weekly Report, coming to you live and streaming worldwide here on AM 1050 WIP, being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters, Elmo Schneider, and from a galaxy called Spider Dome, our video coordinator, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude. How's things out in Spider Dome these days?
Pretty good.
Still looking to see your shadow from the eclipse from a couple weeks ago? Yeah. Somebody's suing Amazon for giving false eclipse glasses. I saw that in the paper today. I should have cut it out, but I guess you can sue for anything.
Yep.
Along with our engineer, Jumbo Jub, who's filling in for Wacky Wayne, who's...
I want to go by Jumbotron.
Let's not push it.
Jumbotron.
Jumbotron.
That's because I have this morning voice now. Jumbotron.
Did you use this when you had Tradio?
No.
Hey, how many years were you on?
How many years I do Tradio? I want to say maybe 5 years, 6 years.
It's been 4 since you've been gone, right?
Tradio's been, it's going on 3 years.
You know what I'd like to bring back is that scam that Giuliani used to do, auto scam, or AutoZone it was.
Auto Talk.
Auto Talk, yeah. Not auto scam. I remember the time the guy calls, Pat was a guest here about a year after that, and a guy calls in, he said, hey, I got to ask you this question about my radiator. And I said, Pat, I got this, I'm all over this. I told the guy, just fill it up for ball bearings. And the guy says, okay. Giuliani was going nuts. He says, no, you can't fill it up with ball bearings. He's kidding. What the heck do I know? Also, if you happen, we are here each and every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. until noon. Also, if you happen to miss our Saturday show, you can tune in to AM 1050 WIP tomorrow, Sunday at noon.
Relive the magic.
And relive the magic, yeah. And don't forget to join the Kenosha City Nation. Like us on Facebook. The status of the Secret Word Challenge to win a $25 gift certificate to Mike Bjorn's Clothing here in... You missed it. Oh, you did.
I got it.
Okay. Downtown Kenosha. Offering the largest selection of men's suits in all of southeastern Wisconsin, order them for only $179. You can find them on Facebook or call them at 262-652-0648. Elmo, you want to give them a hint?
Sure, I can do that.
It's got two different...
Well, what do a certain Kenosha alderman and Uncle Scotty's scholastic career have in common?
Well, he's a current alderman, you can say. What does Alderman G. John Ruffalo and my scholastic career have in common?
That's correct.
If you want to take a shot at winning $25, 262-694-1050. And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's edition of As the Brat Turns. High five, zingers, and doofuses. See, you missed that part, don't you? Jumbotron.
I do miss that.
Jumbotron.
Hey, see, it's catching on.
Oh, let's not go nuts.
I'm going to go down to the car show today, but hey, it's Jumbotron.
It's the Jumbotron. It's Jumbotron. Coming to us from the Beer Garden in the world-famous and legendary Brat Stop, located on the northwest corners of highways 50 and 994 here in Kenosha. Open at 8 a.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year, serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. For more information on what's going on at the Brat, call them at 262-857-2011 as the Brat turns like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives.
You missed it.
Oh, the Tron. The Tron.
That's the Tron. Tron goes,
This week's high five goes to Pete Beets, or I think it's Betts, who is this year's Labor Person of the Year and will be honored for his service as the head of the police union at Labor Fest held on Monday, September 4th at the St. Therese Picnic Grounds. Pete, who has been the president of the KPPA since 2012, also on their board of directors since 2008, has worked to create rapport and cooperation with city administration, the city council, members of the police department's administration. So to Pete, our congratulations and high five for a job well done. Our zingers this week goes to our illustrious elected officials in Congress who continue with all their drama as they return to Washington next week. Now here we are with a debt ceiling looming that could shut down the government at the end of the month, and these morons still continue to make my hair hurt with all their dopey partisan politics. With the state of Texas in the worst crisis ever, and the rest of the nation rallying to support their citizens in every possible way, that is what makes the United States the greatest country on the planet. People helping people when bad things happen. And yet these yahoos in our nation's capital can't seem to get that concept. Maybe we should just turn off their electricity and let them fend for themselves and let the snakes have at it.
Yeah.
This week's Doofus Award goes to all the oil companies for using Hurricane Harvey as an excuse to drive up the price of gas, claiming that the refineries are shut down. This should have absolutely no effect for the price of gas here in Wisconsin because all our gas is refined in the Chicago area. Historically, we always see a slight increase in gas prices at this time of year because of the Labor Day weekend, and the refiners are converting to...
They're going off the summer blend.
Off the summer blend.
It usually drops. So.
And it usually drops.
Summer blend.
That's what
Now,
Jim was drinking last night.
Can the electric car get here fast enough? And then we can send these oil companies back to Saudi Arabia. They can sell their oil to that character, one dumb chump in North Korea, and let them deal with Mr. Personality and see how they like it. And there you have it, folks. As the brat turns for this Saturday, September 2nd, 2017, I'm Scotty Barter, and I approve this message. So I hear, Jumbotron, you're moving?
Yes, I'm...
or somebody chasing you out of your house?
I'm
moving voluntarily?
I'm voluntarily moving. Jumbotron.
Jumbotron.
Going to another location in Kenosha.
To Tron.
Oh, Tron. Come back to bed, Tron. I have Tron things to do. I'm Jumbotron.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
Should have left it alone.
Anybody wants to play Stump the Chumps, 262-694-1050. If you win, you get to come in here for an hour. And if you lose, you get 2 hours. And you give us a trivia question if you just want to play for fun, or a song. We're pretty good at this. We've got at least a 50% ratio of winning.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not just a bunch of, we are chumps, but we ain't just a bunch of dumb chumps.
That's right. We're smart chumps.
We're smart chumps. And I better read Pete's place here before. On a great sponsor, taken up pretty quick here.
Did you say Foxtron?
What did I say?
You said Foxtron.
Well, see, you got this Jumbotron. And
I'm Jumbo. I would like to meet Foxtron. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. I'm a little confused, and I didn't have anywhere. I didn't do the three-way that you did last night.
Or
James,
thank you.
Whatever.
I am Beavertron.
Okay, Spider, your turn. What are you?
Spidertron. He's Spidertron.
So I aired and made a Miss
Foxconn.
Yeah, it's Fox.
Moving along.
Foxconn Technology Group extended. They're going to have extended $3 million in tax breaks, and it's made in a handwritten deal. Now again,
on a cocktail napkin.
Well, that's where we make all our businesses.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I got mixed up with the Kenosha Today document.
So we're all clear, and maybe Elmo, you can weigh in on this too, because we're not giving these people anything, are we?
It's tax credits.
Tax credits.
Our soul.
You know, one of the other shows around here has alluded to the fact that we are giving them
writing
corporate
them a
welfare.
check. Right.
Well, I don't see anywhere in this that we're giving anybody any check. We're allowing them tax credits based on their performance and how much they spend, and how
many jobs they
and how many jobs, right?
Yep. How many?
Well,
people
I
they
think
hired.
that's a pretty good deal, and for what we're getting out of it, and for let's say it ends up in Kenosha, and it'll be probably in Paris, but they have their boundary agreement. So you take a $10 billion factory putting on the city's tax base. I mean, that's pretty significant. That should help keep everybody's, and then also Dairyland Park, that nobody's been paying taxes. I think the city owns that. At this point, they inherited that when those characters split town. But anyway, and it sounds like they just created a TIF district for that, right?
Correct.
And so apparently there's going to be plans to probably level it and bring in another, and that goes back on the tax. And I think they were paying some ungodly amount when Dairyland was there. I want to say 75,000 at that time in property taxes. So all of this, it's adding to our tax base and keeps those that are currently here a little lower. And I think that we talked about this last week, that when all these new developers come here to build new houses, they're going to have to just add some impact fees to ease the burden when we have to build a new school. And who knows, we might need Foxconn. See, Foxconn probably could have their own radio station. We could be Foxconn today. With the big Tron at the helm.
I'm Jumbotron,
with
program
Foxconn
director.
and SpiderCon or BeaverCon.
I am the program director.
Beavertron.
You got 5 minutes left if you want to. Anybody wants to guess the today's secret word, and the hint is, what does Alderman Ruffalo and Scott Barter's Scholastic have in common?
What do they have in common?
What do they have in common? 262-694-1050. Stump the Chumps. We got to find somebody that's going to give us a better prize. I mean, it was nice of the American Legion, but they're having going through a transition period, and somebody's renting the basement, so for the bar part of it. But on November 11th, come Veterans Day, we are going to be at the American Legion for a live performance honoring our veterans. And we were back at Pete's Place and Wacky Wayne and Fast Eddie. See, Wacky Wayne, I like these guys' names. Wacky Wayne and Fast Eddie.
Right.
I am Jumbotron.
Well, you're the one who gave me. You're the one who gave me the name Jumbo.
Well, I saw it on the bathroom of that place that you were at last night, and they had a picture that didn't look very jumbo, but it was written in crayon, so I didn't.
Okay.
I just assumed. And anyway,
what color crayon?
What was I? Purple.
Okay.
No, what was I saying here before I lost my train of thought here? Anyway, next week we hope to have some of my former classmates from Bradford or Trumper when we celebrate our 50th high school reunion. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Hey, Scott, how's it going again? I want to take a crack at your secret word.
Okay.
Now, from the clue you gave, it had something in common with the alderman and also your scholastic history.
Yeah.
Would it be detention?
Yes! A
Yes,
winner!
it is.
Hang on.
Woohoo! 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 Woohoo!
Oh, wow. I got all excited just squeezing this.
You
thing.
saw the look on his face. He was like, "Oh my God!"
You just lit me up, Dennis.
You know, well, at least not somebody else besides the bartender did. But anyway.
You're a moron-com or moron-tron.
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 But anyway, the main thing about this is the Mike Bjorn thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm just excited that I'll get to see Mike Bjorn somewhere besides in a bar.
No, you're just
He's busy
joking.
tending his garden.
Yeah, you're just kidding because his wife listens to this and she thinks he's out at the working in the garden.
He's got an interesting garden. We went down there and all the vegetables already had price tags on them.
Yeah. He started this thing back in April and he had a guy finally cultivate it, and he put in my radishes and tomatoes and everything. You know, there's corn. Regular ears of sweet corn that are just laying on the ground.
And he didn't even plant
He
it.
didn't even plant them. Boy, the guy's really good. He used that special fertilizer.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Mike Bjorn, even though I mentioned what I mentioned, he's the type of patron though that you get into a long conversation with rather than you're not pounding them down. I mean, you're in some quite involved conversations when you're talking with Mike.
That's why we don't talk to him that much. No, I'm just kidding. He's a great guy. And runs a great...
which I don't mind. I really enjoyed the conversations I've gotten into with him. I really have.
Hey, how's your wife? What's her name?
Hey, it's funny you should mention that. Oh,
Why did I
she's busy doing wifely chores. She's doing the laundry now.
You don't do laundry? You let your wife do laundry?
I have volunteered to do it, but she says she won't trust me to do it.
Well, how bad can you screw up laundry? You just put...
I know.
Here's what I do.
Exactly.
Now, here you got Jim, Elmo, and myself, and we don't have a, what's-her-name at home to do laundry. I just throw all mine together, whites, darks, whatever, and put some color guard in there, and throw some detergent, and away you go. You don't need all this bouncing.
God, don't come on. I know you get your stuff dirty and you go out and you buy a new set of clothes. We know what's going on.
Sure, no, I just throw it all in. Once a week I do this stuff. I used to do, and I don't do this heavy rinse cycle or this fabric softener. Just throw it all in there. I don't know. How about you, Homer? Snuggle. I don't use any of that.
That's so you done at the harbor last week, beating them on the rocks. So what the...
That was my underwear.
Yeah, I heard they're going to name a new restaurant after that and in competition with the Spot. I heard they're going to call it the Stain.
Dennis, your material needs real work.
It's going to be spelled disdain.
Well, let me ask Jumbotron here. How do you wash your? Just throw it all in the thing, right?
I wear no clothes, Jumbotron. Jumbotron.
How about you, Spider? Do you do your own laundry, or you let them?
I do.
Attaboy. You, and your painting and clothes and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let your wife touch that stuff. You know, women have a tendency to screw that stuff up. And, you know, she could put in and starch your shorts, and then you'll be chafing.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to do that.
Well, but you do have one advantage. Do you remember the movie The Guide for the Married Man?
Oh, Walter Matthau and Robert Morley.
Remember when Terry Thomas was telling the story to Robert Morse, and he said he lost a pair of some woman he was messing around with underwear at his house, and he didn't know where it was. And he was a younger guy, and the camera panned to him in the current day, and he looked like a 70-year-old man, and he goes, "When did this happen?" He goes, 2 weeks ago. Because he aged like 20 years looking for the underwear before his wife would find it.
Now, this is a hypothetical question I'm going to ask Jumbotron here. Did you ever get done with your laundry?
Okay.
And you get done drying it, and you're trying to sort everything out, and you got a pair of pink panties in there.
Yes.
You have?
They weren't mine.
Jumbotron written right on the front in magic marker. JT.
What some people will go through to try to use a different bathroom, I don't know.
I mean, that was a hypothetical. I mean, I was just trying to...
The Guide for the Married Man, by the way, was released the same year you graduated, Mr.
Really?
Barter.
Cool.
1967, May 25th, 1967. When it was
that was shown at our prom. And I was told to take notes, but I was